work in the media business, you open up the daily newspaper, and Dan Caesar tells you what's going on with your radio station. And that happened again today. At 2:30 in the morning, I started prepping for today's show. Approximately 2:30. It was like, say, 2:30 or 6:05.
I didn't realize. You're up quite early.
It was approximately 2:30. 2:30.
2:30, 4:30.
2:30 to 6:50, 2:30 to 8:05, sort of in that area. To come to learn that our next guest is the newest member of the KTRS star-studded lineup. Of course, I'm talking about Mr. Bob Ramsey. Bob Ramsey, welcome to Big 550 KTRS.
Well, I appreciate that, and good morning to everyone. How you doing, McGraw?
We're doing great. Did you ever work at KTRS before?
Well, not in a regular employee fashion. You know, I did a couple of years at St. Louis FC, and you appear occasionally as we kind of in the sports world. We kind of freelance around doing different things.
Right.
And but the longest extent was 2 seasons at St. Louis FC soccer.
Gotcha. You are still the voice of the St. Louis Billikens.
Correct.
And you're going to continue to do that.
Yes, I am.
Good.
It's my 31st season coming up in just a couple of weeks.
31st season. Wow, you are Mr. St. Louis University basketball.
I started when I was 7.
There you go. Now you were also now you're going to be doing evenings with Brendan Weesey, correct?
Yeah, with Brendan and Ben Frederickson and Jim Thomas, and you mentioned star-studded, and not counting me, I would agree. You got Big 550 has come up with a really, really nice team and elements of the sports world that really make the evenings flow and keep it moving and action-packed. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, also a lot of great information. You have Jim Thomas, who is the beat writer for the Blues. You've got Ben Frederickson, as you said, Jimmy Holder, Brendan Weesey, all the other correspondents, if you will. No, it's a fun show. It's not a bombastic, in-your-face sports show. It's nice, it's fun, great information. Now, Bob Ramsey, how long were you the voice of the Cardinals? You did Cardinal baseball games too, didn't you?
Well, I appreciate you saying that. Never really the voice, and I say this affectionately because it gave me a marvelous opportunity. I was sort of the Buck family caddy for about 5 seasons, and when at first on the TV side, when Joe would have network duties, I would fill in, and then as Jack. When I moved to the radio side, as Jack would travel, wouldn't travel, I'd fill in for him. So parts of 5 seasons, and it was really a dream.
Sure. Also, we just learned this morning, is it true that you were the voice of the women's professional softball team, the St. Louis Hummers?
That was my first job out of college, and I cherish those 2 summers as much as anything. It was really a blast. It was people have forgotten about that. You know, this was early Title IX stuff, and women were trying to really carve things out because we're talking about the late 70s, and it was a great time. And the one of the reasons the league probably failed is they treated us all like big leaguers, and traveled great, and it was a lot of fun. Short lives, but a lot of fun.
So Jimmy Holder was saying that they would draw 20,000 people to a game.
I think occasionally we packed a couple of places in big. Generally, it was a little more intimate than that. But when things were going really well in playoff games and that sort of thing, we could get some big crowds.
So there weren't a lot of Hummer fans around, or were there a lot of Hummer fans around?
A lot is kind of an open-ended term. I would say that the ones we had were very loyal.
Do you have any Hummer paraphernalia left?
I think I've got an old ball cap somewhere, and probably a couple of game programs in a book somewhere. I got a couple of things.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a long time ago. It gets pretty old.
Yeah, there you go. Bob Ramsey, we've done a couple of Chalk Talk shows together, but I don't think we've done a lot on the air together, right?
No, we haven't. I came over there and filled in one day a year or so ago, and it was you guys have such a great show, and it's so entertaining and so much fun. Maybe we can do more of that as time goes on.
Well, you are welcome here just as long as you have great Hummer stories. We love to hear about the Hummer stories.
Well, I can give you stories just about the nicknames: Nancy Boomer Nelson, Patty Bubblegum Heiner, Patty Gensler, TD Fidea, but we got all kinds of stuff for you.
Bob Ramsey, the newest member of the KTRS stable of stars here. When do you start? Monday?
Actually, I sat in with Brendan last night unofficially for a few minutes, but yeah, we'll jump right in with both feet next week, probably Tuesday.
All right. So they must have saved some money for Guy Phillips too, I guess, right?
Wait a minute, money. What?
Hey, Rammer, thanks for checking in. We look forward to it, and you're always welcome here. Thanks, buddy.
Hey, I love you guys. Thanks.
Thanks. Bob Ramsey, one of the good guys in the business, and I didn't know he was doing St. Louis University games for 31 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that is a long time. So glad everybody was able to work it out. But what a great guy, a great St. Louis, and anyone who knows anything about him knows he's so knowledgeable in sports. Interesting, and right, he's old school. He's nice, but he's not insulting. He's a family guy. He's it's good all the way around. So it's a great pickup for the Big 550 KTRS. He also mentioned Ben Frederickson, columnist for the Post-Dispatch. He's going to be joining us in the mornings a couple of times. He's going to be joining the sports show as well. And then Guy Phillips, CBS doesn't like this at all. Guy Phillips' last day on the radio was yesterday, his first day at the Big 550 KTRS. I want to say it's like December 1st, and I think he's allowed on the air. I could be wrong on this, but I think it's January where he joins us here on the Big 550 KTRS. So there you go. Lots of changes going on in the Big 550, all bigger and